Okay, how's it going, fellow gamers? It's EB and... oh, this won't do. Let me change for this occasion. Give me a sec. What? This is actually relevant to the video. Please don't leave just yet. I decided to use my 620 hours and counting of Splatoon 2 experience to give you guys this clip. Now you may be wondering,
what is Splatoon and what does this have to do with physics, Evie? All you've done and shown so far is a bunch of baloney.
First of all, who says that? Second of all, Splatoon 2 is baby's first third-person shooter with ink instead of bullets. Lastly, give me a moment to explain. My lovely inkling friend who is helping me out here is my friend, Snooze. Get in here, Snooze. Hey, this wasn't a part of our contract. Get out and come back. Anyways, Snooze here dropped a curling bomb off of this sort of high point on Mori Towers. Before I keep on going, I gotta explain this to you guys. The curling bomb is a weapon that will nicely slide on the ground and go off ledges in a smooth way to ink turf for a way of transportation. So it was the best weapon for this project. Mori Towers is the most vertical map in the game, so of course I had to use it for some physics shenanigans. Okay, back to the main point. So basically this is about Freefall. In physics, we spent a good amount of time on Freefall, so of course I had to do something about it. I got myself this bad quality clip by using the built-in bad recording system on the Nintendo Switch. Gotta love technology, am I right, fellas? Now that I got all of that out of the way, time for the calculations. I started this process by figuring out what in the world I wanted to show with this clip. I decided that I was going to use the equations t equals the square root of 2 multiplied by delta y divided by negative g, and delta x equals v sub x multiplied by t. Now, the prefixes mean different things. T is time, delta y is the displacement vertically, negative g is gravity, the delta x is the displacement horizontally, and v sub x is horizontal velocity. Ultimately, I needed to find delta x, so I started with finding delta y. To find delta y, I had to get creative. Nintendo doesn't throw numbers of all the measurements in their games, so that's when I had an idea. I decided to search for the Inkling's height. What I found was someone's theory that Inklings were 5 feet tall. To back this claim up, they showed a sunken scroll from the first game, which is a piece of lore that said Inklings can jump up to 5 feet in the air. The terrifying biology of the Inkling. Strength. Can leap up to 5 feet. Brain. Simple and predatory. Bones. None. Eyes. Can spot prey from 100 yards away. Defense. High pressure, high capacity, ink sac. Want to know how much that is compared to an Inkling? The same hecking height. Huh, would you look at that?
What do we do with the height of the individual throwing the object? That has nothing to do with...
Hey, shh, let me explain. Inklings walk around the area, mess around, paint the walls, and all sorts of other stuff in these places. So to get the height of the building the curling bomb fell off of, we use Snooze's Inkling's body to calculate the building's height, and we get... let's just estimate this to be 22 feet. Now that we know delta y is around 22 feet, I had to convert it to meters since that's what I like using for gravity, meters per second squared. That comes out to 6.7 meters. Do all this junk and the time should be at 1.2 seconds. If you take the time from the video, it's exactly 1 second, so we're doing something right. After realizing that v sub x and delta x were going to be around the same number because of the time being 1 second, and that I had no way of knowing delta x, I was a little stumped. How in the world was I gonna pull a number for this measurement without anything to base it off of? You guessed it, inkling height. Since I definitely didn't know where Snooze was at the time, I called up a different friend. Hakeem? Not you too. Come on, the contract, people. There we go. Anyways, since I didn't know what in the world the Delta X was going to be, I took it upon myself to use my superior editing skills and amazing creativity to calculate 10 feet, which translates to 3 meters. I'm sure that there are better ways to calculate, but for my sanity and your guys' sanity, we're keeping it simple. We're using this copy and paste method. Take the delta x and divide it, blah 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 blah, and you just get 3 meters per second for v sub x, unless you use 1.2 seconds, which then you get 2.7 meters per second. Okay, let's recap after that mess. We have the initial freefall. The vertical displacement is 6.7 meters. We take that and we get 1.2 seconds. The video shows 1 second, which was good because the seconds are very similar. We crappily get the horizontal displacement and end with the horizontal velocity at 3 meters or 2.7 meters. You got that? I didn't either. I'm going to bed. I'd like to thank some of my friends for helping me with this video. Snooze for helping me record the clip. Thank you to Hakeem who helped me record other clips for this video. And thank you to Natalie for helping me with the editing. I would not be able to edit this video without her. And especially not thank you to Alan, who's been a distraction at almost 1 a.m. And thank you guys for watching, I guess, and putting up with my annoying voice and stuff. It means a lot, even though you're kind of forced to watch.